Today is the beginning of the time that we ask you for help as we start soliciting nominations of families for the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show Holiday Break-Ins.
Yes.
This is a wonderful time of the year.
If you've been listening to the show for any amount of time over the years, like even last year, then you know how these work. The Friday before Christmas, each and every year, this year that is the 20th, we do the holiday break-ins. There are some break-ins that happen off the air, and some have happened the day after, and some have happened the day before over the years. Mm-hmm. But the idea is this. We ask for you to make nominations by going to freebeerandhotwings.com. And we've always aspired for this not to be a radio promotion. And you'll hear the details of that on the inside. And that means it's not, hey, you've won this prize package. No, the idea of it is to try to give someone a leg up in a life that is hard fought. And often we end up finding people that are, through the nominations of people that have worked very hard, that listen to this show, that know someone where, hey, you know what, I don't have a lot. Mm-hmm. But I see this person really busting their hump and trying to do right, and life keeps giving them one
kick in the ass after another.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm doing all I can. Maybe you guys can help them out. And so then we break in without, when they're not there, we don't leave behind a note. Just leave behind something that will hopefully jumpstart their lives.
Yeah, we find out what they need, which are often basics. And we work out all the details and get everything ahead of time and then show up. And like Santa Claus, we frickin' bring what they need and then get the hell out.
Yeah.
And like Free Beer said, there aren't any notes. We don't take television cameras. We've had people ask us to go before. And there are plenty of shows that do very similar things now. And usually it's a way to self-congratulate themselves with a big pat on the back and look at how great we are. Helping this family. We try not to do it that way in the spirit of the holiday, to actually just help without asking for something in return. But we need your help to do that, obviously. We don't know all of the families that could be nominated. You do. Yeah. So you have to go to our website, freebeerandhotwings.com, and then you can give us a synopsis of what the family is going through that you're nominating, what station you listen to, because those will all get redirected directly to each individual station.
That's a very important part.
That's really important that you pick the right station, because if you're in Montana and you don't choose a station and we get it here, or if you choose the wrong one and your nomination goes to Albany, that doesn't do anybody any good. So you want to make sure that you get it to the right place, because obviously the folks on the ground in Albany will handle the Albany break-ins, and we'll handle the Grand Rapids break-ins, and various people around the country will do that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're working on that. Hot Wings is right. You got to pick the right one. When you submit one, that is not necessarily the end of your work. If your person is selected, you'll be a big help. Do not tell them.
You're the point person.
Yeah, you are. You're the accomplice,
because we don't know the family at all. You know them, or maybe in some cases, maybe you don't know them that well. Maybe it's a coworker who you just kind of heard through the grapevine. Oh, yeah. I heard that they're having a little trouble this year. Whatever you have to do to get information on that person, whether it's kids' shoe sizes or clothing sizes, or what they need at the house. Maybe their microwave is busted, or maybe their washing machine doesn't work anymore. The roof has a hole in it. Like these are the details, the really specific details that we'll need to know. And
you have to, you'll be the person who organizes a way to get them out of the house that morning or whenever you can. But, if we're going to do it that morning, and a lot of places will, you have to figure out how to get them out at a certain point.
Right. Mm-hmm. And if you're new to the show, that is one day of the show that is absolutely different. We'll still have some laughs, but we'll have some tears that day. It's a good reminder that, as Hot Wings said, it's been very humbling over the years. You start out with these grand plans, like this will date when we started it, but it's like, these kids are going to want a new Xbox. No, they don't. They want, I'll never forget, there was one where the kids' Christmas list was socks for dad.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like that, it's a 6-year-old, an age where you are naturally, biologically programmed to be selfish.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The kid wanted dad to have a pair of new socks because he knew his dad didn't have one.
And we try and get them, but we try our best to get them fun things as well. Yeah. Because, well, why not?
They're still kids. We still want kids to have a good Christmas.
Now, you guys have all led holiday break-ins. Hot Wings took a long time off and then came back last year and took your son.
Yeah.
Your son reading that letter is one of my fondest memories. That felt like even though it was your son, I had weird sort of paternal pride in that, and I look forward to the day where
it was like the speech that Linus gave.
Yeah, I look forward to the day where my sons can go and do that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to drag both of them this year.
Yeah.
Well, they both want to do it. Like Grayson has already asked me like a couple of months ago, out of the blue. He just goes, are we going to do that again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll call Joe Buttergut Jr.?
Yeah, do you think everyone will tell him to be mean to me?
Oh, yes.
Or is anyone else a target this year?
If
It's the greatest.
No.
he's just like the rest of us. You give him a little bit of an audience and a prodding, and boy, he's all over it.
Yeah.
That was so funny. I laughed so hard and then cried so much all within a half hour.
Yeah.
Gotta go back and find that.
Yeah.
If I'm the person again, no mercy this time. No mercy. If
striking
he's going to be
back.
part of the crowd.
He might not even need a trigger again. He might walk in and go, "Hey, what's up, Buttergut?" I don't know.
He might. That's fine.
What is that your fondest memory? I didn't mean to plant that one on you. What is your fondest memory or the thing that stands out to you most about the holiday break-ins, Hot Wings, over the years?
That's probably the biggest one.
has
That was
to
the
be. That
most
was
proud
amazing.
I was because he did so well and he read so clearly and was such a big help.
And that he wanted to.
And he wanted to, yeah. And now that he wants to do it again without me saying, would you be a part of that? But also, I remember the very first one I ever did. That's my top memory. My memories come and go a lot. I barely remember what I did yesterday. I don't remember things from high school or college.
What was it
Everything's
about the
gone.
first one that stands out?
The first one, it stood out because it was exactly what we had envisioned in helping. So that one, it was back when we were in New Jersey, and it was a single mother living in a single wide trailer with 3 kids. The dad had up and left, and this woman was busting her ass. She had like 3 jobs. And I remember getting into the trailer, and she had pictures of her and the kids all over the place. Like you could tell it was a loving home, even though there was not much of a home there.
Yeah.
And, everything was a hand-me-down. Everything was worn out, but everything was tidy and put away. Like you could tell this mother was working her ass off. And I remember walking in, and the only thing that there was for Christmas was a snow globe with a snowman in it.
Yeah.
That was it. And so in that case, we hung Christmas lights all around the trailer. We put in a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Like we decorated and also got them all the stuff. And so it was just really cool because you go, this is because that's the type of person that we want to help, the person who is really trying, who's a good person who they can't get a leg up. It's not for lack of effort.
Yeah.
It's not because they're lazy. It's because, they're just, like in her case, duded up and just disappeared.
Yeah.
Like happens a lot where you get a deadbeat. And so that really sticks in my mind.
Because we don't leave notes, because we don't stay there for when the family describes it, we always all wonder about those moments when the family comes home and it's, maybe the mom or dad at work gets a phone call from the kids that says, what's going on? There's all these Christmas presents here, and how confusing that would be. And we're always kind of thinking about the parents where the people that we target for the break-ins are the ones where parents have had to tell young kids, I don't know if Santa's going to find our house this year or whatever, that sort of aching pain.
Yeah.
Joe, what stands out for you as far as all of the ones you've led or a moment from the past that...
I mean, the first one for sure, just because it was the first time I had done anything like that. That clearly is one of the bigger moments for me personally. Not that they're all not huge moments, but I think the one I did, it was like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and that one stands out to me because I'd never had this before or since, and we don't tell people they should do it, and I wasn't expecting it, but I got a video sent to me, and it wasn't even, it was so not clear. It was, very pixelated. It was taken with like a flip phone or something, but it was still like you could see they captured the mom coming home and seeing everything.
Yeah.
With one of the youngest child. The others were still.
She got a car, didn't she?
No, she.
That was a different one?
That was a different one. But she got. I mean, we packed that place. It was a very, very small trailer, and just packed it. And so, just seeing the reaction, that stands out to me.
Yeah. Steve, how about you? I think you've led more break-ins than anybody else in show history because you did it as an affiliate for years, and then you've done it every year that you've been with us.
I remember one in New Jersey where we were there for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Because we put in a new front door. The front door I think the house had been robbed or something.
I thought I remembered somebody had kicked the door in.
Or somebody had kicked the door in. I don't know what this. I think it was like an ex or something had come back.
Well, and I think they had crummy locks too. I don't think they had deadbolts or anything. They just had like the little hand lock.
Yeah, so we put the call out, and the contractor stepped up, and they just said, "All right, tell us the measurements of the door." And they showed up. They met us there at like 7:00 in the morning with a door. And within 20 minutes, they'd ripped the old door out.
Yeah.
Put in a new one. We put in a window at a place. We put in a toilet, a stove.
Yeah.
Like
I think all those little moments stand out, not just
Yeah.
necessarily one, but it's like a lot of those where Jeremy, showed up with a new oven because they had none, and
Or came back to build. I remember a couple of years ago, our friend Jeremy, who's a show builder, came back to build a ramp.
Yep.
Yeah,
After
yeah,
the
that was
holidays,
handicapped.
we've paid lot rent. We've paid regular rent.
bills when we can. That's
Paid
always
bills. We've bought
way
we
difficult,
bought a
but-
headstone one time.
that was sad.
That was, but it was like the oldest daughter in that case had said, "I just wish my mom could have a proper gravestone." We're like, "Well, we can do that."
Yeah.
So stuff like that. That's what we're shooting for. Kelly Cheese will get to lead one for the first time this year. I know you'll be all in,
Yeah. We used to do something similar at my old show,
but not as good.
It was great. It was great. It was the same kind of thing, but we went through a 501c3 to help us find a family versus listeners. So I love that y'all do it through listeners. I think that is so special. But what was really neat about going through this particular charity was they're called Chris 180, and they give your life a 180. So they get families back on their feet. So they allow them, they give them apartments, and they slowly start having them pay rent, essentially just giving them a new chance.
Yeah.
And so they'd introduced us to this mom who was battling cancer, had 3 kids, one being a newborn. I didn't know what to expect walking into her house. Like you said, Hot Wings, when you walked into the house and you just saw the snow globe and that was it.
Yeah.
We walk in and they don't have a couch. 2 of her kids share a bed. And so to think about a little kid that didn't have a bed, that tore me to pieces. And then there were nights where he would sleep on the floors because his sister's a teenager. She's like 13. And the charity had told us all about it. And what was neat about them was because they had a key to the house, they could get them out of the house and then they could walk back in with them and film it. And even though it was nothing we ever shared, we never told anybody it was us. It was a video that we got to see of the little boy running and seeing his bed. Ooh, I'm making me cry now. And it was just like the most special moment. It made me look at my bed and think, I can order this off of Amazon if I need it. You know?
Take it for granted.
And it made me think like, God, I just want to give all of this stuff I have to people who really need it because it's just things around me.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so special.
Yep. We're looking forward to doing it. And the big ask from us to you is we know that we need you to make those nominations. You have to open up your heart to do that. And so that started at freebeerandhotwings.com. Again, make sure you choose the area, the radio station you listen to. And then we'll do the nominations until.
I don't know if we have an end date yet.
Okay.
I know,
But
well,
it's
I know,
usually 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know that we do have one, but I'm not sure
If we could say it yet.
Yeah, I'll have to.
Don't wait. Do it, and we need your help.
And
And
please, I was going to say, please, if you can, be as detailed as possible.
Exactly what I was going to say.
And like we said earlier, you do have to know, where they live, and you are going to be involved, through the entire process.
Yeah.
It's that way.
Yeah, it's not just send an email and say, "Oh, my buddy's down on his luck. He could use some help. Thanks."
Yeah.
Right.
Need a lot of information because based on that the selection process is based on the details that we get from the submissions.
They'll all be read, so you don't need to submit it more than once.
Right.
Right.
It's not
You
like
only need one.
if everybody submits the same one, we don't go, "Oh, this one's getting a lot of votes." Nothing like that. So so that's it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Buttergut.
You're welcome.
That's Grayson.
Yeah.
Thanks, Buttergut.
I don't blame him. All the older kids told him to be mean to me.
Yeah.
They did all the old kids on the playground.
Yep, that is true. That was not.
So
his,
he
his
wanted to
doing.
fit in. That's how you get peers. You peer pressure someone else.
Forget what did he say?
Thanks, Buttergut.
He said what you guys said.
I've never called you Buttergut.
All you bullies. No. No.
All right.
Your kin did. That's good enough for me.